Yo, what is up, bro? My name is Sam Walford. I'm a 16-year-old entrepreneur from Coventry in the UK. And at the moment, I'm making about 7 to 8K a month. And now I know that's just words and shit, and I know you need to see proof. So if I just show you, and I go here, and I've got this all prepared, you can see here, yeah, there you go. There's all my Skool payouts. And if you just want that calculated into one number, that's that there, 6,600 from like November 5th to like December 31st. And then I've got on another Skool community, which is something I ain't shown you yet, I've got another couple sales on there. But I mean, that's proof that that's like $6,000 there in like the past 25 days. So I think that's hopefully good enough. If you're skeptical of that, then fuck you. You know, if you're skeptical of shit like that, then you're probably never gonna make money. So here is how I make about 7K a month on Skool, my entire process. And again, if you're skeptical, I don't sell shit. I'm gonna teach you absolutely everything for free. Okay, I'm acting like you're being very, very skeptical, but here, basically, first thing we need to understand, and first thing you need to be doing. Sorry, I'm not fucking Andrew Tate or shit. I don't know why I did that. First thing, understanding who you can coach, you need to be simple and fast. We're going to go over this very, very quickly and be very, very concise with this. So the first question you want to ask yourself is, what have you achieved in your life? If you can think back maybe a couple of years ago, like what is some sort of big change you have made in your life? Has it been self-improvement? Has it been the gym? Do you have like an actually like good physique where it's like yourself a few years ago, you know, you've actually made a good change from that? Now, I do want to say, if you this is kind of like hard to discern whether you can actually coach or whether you can't just from a YouTube video. But if you don't think you've made any huge change, you don't have any like good credibility where you might be in like the top 5% of like people who have done something like a top 5% physique out of like everybody. Not 5% like within the gym, but 5% out of everybody. Or like you've top 5% at an instrument, or you can help beginners to play an instrument. Like if you don't like, if you're not like good at something, then you should probably go and just live life instead. And in that case, I probably cannot help you. If you have made a big change, like most of us probably have, being on self-improvement, then 100% definitely you can help people, because you can literally just help guys who are like your younger self, help beginners. Now, understand, like, what can you help your younger self with? This mic keeps fucking flipping over. What can you help your younger self with? Again, you can think back. What were you like a couple years ago? Where are you now? You can help other guys to make that switch, make that change. Okay. Again, don't overthink this, just get some ideas now, because with your niche, this isn't something that's going to be permanent, okay? This isn't something where it's like you're going to do it now, you can never ever change it again. No, it's going to be very much like we get an understanding now, so you sort of understand what you're going to be doing. And then from that, you're going to go speak to people, which is, I believe, step 2. Sorry, I planned this last night, I forgot what I fucking wrote down, bro. And you're going to speak to people, and then you're going to understand it. But literally right now, just write down or get an idea in your head what you could potentially help people with. Maybe you're already doing coaching, maybe you already know. Great, voila, that's that. Move on. Second phase, I guessed it right. It sounds like I probably made this myself, doesn't it? So, second phase, talking to people. First thing we're going to do is create what I call a network consolidation. Now, it's very fancy words, I know, but what we're actually going to be doing here is literally just like everybody you could potentially be helping. Literally everybody on WhatsApp, Skool, Instagram, emails, LinkedIn, everywhere. I was on a call with a client the other day, bro. you might be watching this. And he was literally gonna re-download Snapchat, okay, and go back through like all his old fucking like snaps and shit, because there could potentially be someone who's gonna like fucking email all his old teachers from his university, seeing if they need fitness coaching, you know, seeing if they sort of need help with that. I mean, we'll get to how to actually speak to these people in a second, but what you need to do is just create a big list, a network consolidation of literally everybody. Everybody. I did this for myself. I got 900 people. I messaged 100 of them. Got a ton of calls booked, which I'll show you how to do in a second. And from those 100 people, I made 3K, looking like it's going to be 4K because one close is hopefully going to be coming in soon. 100 people, $4,000, and obviously I'm the pro at this, you know. But if you think that's like, what, $36,000 just from people I already know? And again, I'm better at this, I'm gonna have a bigger network. But you think like, surely you may have 100 people, and then surely from those 100 you can maybe make $1,000, you know. You're sitting on a fucking goldmine, bro, of people you could potentially be helping and people who would be willing to pay for your help. Now, like I said, list out absolutely everyone. And this is the thing, even if it's a 0.1% chance, even if it's your university professors or some random girl on Snapchat you haven't talked with in 3 years, put them on there. it sounds weird. When I did this, I literally like put people from my school on it. Most of them I didn't message because it just felt weird, you know, and you'll probably end up not messaging them. But a few I did, and I didn't get any calls booked, obviously. But you know, there was like, you can imagine that if it's like I messaged 10 people from my old school, you know, because I'm dropped out now. Surely there'd be like, if each person's got a 10% chance, you know, that's like statistically I'd get a call booked, you know? You see what I mean? Like, even if it's a really low chance, if you just do so many of them, you will get more calls booked. This is one of the things where it's like, yes, it's hard to do, but you just gotta fucking do it, bro. Then, we go and talk to them. So, that is when, in fact, no, that's not phase 3. Okay, sorry, I forgot, you got to actually message them. So, this is basically how you message them. Now, this might look pretty complex, but I'll move out the way. You can screenshot this, okay? And this is actually what you're going to be doing, okay? So, this is basically the way you open. There's so many things I want to explain at the same time. So, first thing is acknowledge, add, ask. This is like a cycle, AAA. I think 𝐬𝐭𝐫𝐲 calls it acknowledge, compliment, ask. 𝐸𝐿𝐸𝐿 calls it that. It's from 𝐸𝐿𝐸𝐸. And from everyone else. I think the whole fucking coaching industry uses this, bro. It's just one of those things that everybody uses it because it's so overpowered. Where basically you open the message, so this is the first message you send them, it'd be like, hey man, I saw you doing this thing. That's cool. How has that been? So for example, it might be like, for me, I'd be like, hey bro, I just saw your YouTube channel. It's cool you got 100 subscribers. How's that been? For you, it might be like messaging your fucking university professor. It might be like, hey professor, I don't know, I remembered you were fat. Okay, maybe not like that, but hey professor, I remember like, I don't know, you mentioned something about this, like, how has that been? I was just wondering, you know, I remember that time, like I did this for a lot of people, and it's like, you can't bring something up, you just bring up a memory. Where it's like, there was like one guy, where he was like a filmmaker kind of, you know, not going to be interested in coaching, but I still messaged him. And it was like, hey bro, I remember that time I tried to find your like house location from one of your films, you know, that was really, really funny. Like, how have you been since? You know, I just open it like that. And this loop of acknowledge, add, ask, you can keep any conversation just continually going. Let me just check we're still recording, hang on. You can, yeah, we are. You can keep any conversation just like continually going with this. It's really, really beautiful because you can just like acknowledge what they said, add value, add energy to that, compliment it, and then ask another question, and keep going over the conversation. Okay, and obviously keep it on topic. And the reason you want to keep going through the conversation is so that you can check off each of these two things. Now, I want to give a few more examples of this. So, before we get to that, I want to give more examples of this. So, for example, if you're doing in like piano coaching, you'd be like, I don't know, to some random person you talked with in ages, it'd be like, hey man, I remember you said you wanted to like get into piano. Like, have you that was cool, man. I just remembered that. Like, have you done anything since? You know, and you just want to like keep it on the topic of what you're going to help people with. Now, if you're doing a very like, for me, the way I got 900 people is because that was from my network from like 2 years, you know? For you, you might not have a ton of people, but still just keep these conversations coming in, you know? And, oh shit, I just remembered, I was on a coaching call with a guy, one of my clients last night. And we were joking because he's doing like no-fap coaching, like quitting porn coaching. And we joked where it was like, hey bro, I saw you fapping last night. That's cool. Can I join? that's kind of, I might get this YouTube video demonetized or some shit. I'm not even monetized, what am I saying? I don't know, I just thought that was funny to add. That's kind of inappropriate. But then we come to this. So this is how you open the conversation. This is how you keep the conversation going. This is like the engine, you know? Then we come to this, where you show your credibility, and I keep blocking this so you can read that there, where it's like, so, there we go. So, first thing, you want to check off these things. First, showing your credibility when they ask. So don't just randomly blurt out, oh, I stopped fapping. That'd be fucking weird, you know? So instead, what you want to be like is, instead you want to be like, oh, how have you been, bro? You know, how have you managed to quit all the bad habits yet? Have you got better at piano yet? You'd be like, yeah, man, I've got really good, like, it's really helped me. I've got way better. I've improved a ton. You know, things are going really, really well, you know. And then you want to uncover their goal or their struggle or something like that, where you'd be like, so how is piano going for you? You know, what are you trying to achieve with it? Are you still struggling with it, you know? And that's basically, what that does is, when you start the conversation with them, you're like equal. You're at an equal level with them, okay. And when they ask how it's going and you say, oh, I'm doing really well, you get put up here, yeah. And when they're like, oh, I'm not doing too well, they get put down here. Then you can be like, hey bro, you want some help, bro? I'm up here, you're down here, do you want some help, bro? And then they'll be like, yes, I want some help. And then you'll be like, sick, let's call, are you free at this time to call? And then you book a discovery call. Boom, voilà, c'est ça. A discovery call booked. Boom. just from a conversation. And then you do that 100 times, you get 100 calls booked to you, you make $1 million. Obviously not literally, but that's pretty much what it is. And if you just want a little pitch, then you can join my school for free. Okay, my school, the $1,000 protocol, I teach literally everything for completely free. Yes, this is the start of my funnel. Yes, this is eventually how I will make money from you. Okay, I'm not gonna fucking bullshit, but there's no surprise pitches. There's no fucking bullshit. Pretty much my whole model is, and how I'll teach you, is you give all the information away for free, which is what I'm doing here, and then sell the implementation, sell the coaching. As Alex Hormozi says, give away the secrets, sell the implementation. Literally what I'm doing. So if you want all the secrets for completely free, you can join my school. Yes, it is the start of my funnel, but the only thing I literally do is sell high ticket coaching, you know? And so there's literally not gonna be any fucking surprise pitches or bullshit in there, you know? You can just join the school. I've got literally all the information inside the $1,000 protocol. You can join that right now, link in description. And there are gonna be more pitches. I'm gonna keep pitching that because I want you to join. So, next thing we're doing is building an offer and then pitching. Obviously, like you book the discovery call, you go through the discovery call script, okay, and then what the discovery call is discovering their problems. So that you do the discovery call, ask them a ton of questions, really understand what they're struggling with, you know, and then you finish off the call basically being like, okay, I've got a pretty good understanding of you, but you know, I don't have enough time to help you right now. I want to like organize some ideas first and figure out how I can help you better. So we'll call later on. The call later on is basically the sales calls and pitch, which we'll get to how to do in a second. But pretty much what you first need to do before that is actually understand sort of how you're going to be helping them. So first, based upon their problems, from what you've discovered in the discovery call, you can build a high ticket offer now. You might be seeing this and you'd be like, what the fuck? $1,000, $1,000, I can't charge $1,000. Fuck off, bro. So you're gonna charge high ticket, $1,000 at least. Now you might be like, okay, but I'm targeting young broke guys in India. Okay, do something cheaper then. You might be like, oh, I'm targeting young broke guys in the West. Do $1,000. I've literally sold, my whole business model is teaching broke teenagers to make money, and I charge high ticket. Okay, so it sounds so scummy, you know, like taking money from children, but it fucking works, bro. It fucking works. You can charge high ticket, and the thing is, people commit more, they get more results. The thing is, like, when you charge high ticket, like, it's really surprising. You just get only like the quality people, all like the idiots and retards. They just don't buy because they just, even if they have money, they just don't buy. Teenagers, kids. Well, not kids, but you know what I mean, like young people. It sounds so bad saying fucking taking money from, you know what I mean, okay. People do have money. They have fucking AirPods. They have nice shit, okay. People do have money, all right. It'll really surprise you. Once you get the first $1,000 sale, it'll really surprise you. Most people won't. Some people will. If you are like good enough to help those people, they will be happy to pay you, okay. And obviously we'll get to actually how to help them soon. But basically, charge high prices, $1,000 at least. If you're targeting people in like poor countries, and when I say poor countries, I mean like, I don't know, like India would be the top, like the richest of the poor bracket, if that makes sense, you know. So like countries like Eastern Europe, like Poland, like countries which aren't like ridiculously rich, but are still rich, you know. People can afford high ticket there, okay, all right. Then, basically, inside your offer, you're gonna have a custom roadmap person to person. Now, this is actually how you help them. And what a roadmap is basically taking them from where they currently are to where they wanna go, and it's sort of helping them walk through what they actually need to do, because what you do in the discovery script is understand their current situation, then their desired situation. Again, we go over discovery scripts in the $1,000 protocol. You go over current situation, desired situation, that creates a gap. What they're struggling, like the gap between that they can't cross themselves, that is their problems, okay. The roadmap helps them fix those problems and get from current to desired situation. So whatever problems you figure they have from the discovery calls, okay, based upon their problems, you build the custom roadmap, okay. So for me, for example, my roadmap starts with aligning, aka like setting everything, giving you the clarity. Then it's launching, which is pretty much what I'm teaching you to do right now. And then third and finally, it's sort of scaling up and making your business more automatic from there. That's a general process everyone goes through. For example, if you're a piano coach, first thing might be like solving all the constraints, I don't know, with their playing style, you know, if they've got bad posture or other shit, it might be solving that. Then it might be getting them onto some sort of training program, you know, and then it might be, I don't know, piano or shit, like I barely, hang on. I can play a little bit, but like, I probably need a piano coach if I was to do piano, you know, you could help me. Wait. I don't think you can see this piano, hang on. Yep, I'm pretty shit at piano. So, for example, phase one for you might be, well, tell Sam to get a desk so he's not playing on his lap where no one can see. Phase two might be like, I don't know, practice this one thing and stop like fucking fingering all the notes where it's like one finger's between two notes and you play two notes at the same time. You know, it's like you'll have your like custom roadmap, like step by step, and you will get clear on this, and the more people you speak to, don't expect to have everything like perfect right from the start. That's another thing. Mindset in general, just fucking do shit, bro. Don't try and get it perfect from the start. The reason you're probably failing is because you're trying to get shit perfect from the start, okay? Just do it shit at first, and you'll get better at by doing it shit. Then unlimited access to you, you might be like, well, that's gonna take so much time, I don't wanna be working on coaching all the fucking time. First thing, you do want to be working on coaching all the time, because if you're young, you're broke, and you've got maybe not a lot of time because you might be in school, but if you want to fucking grind on this shit, bro, don't be telling me you don't want to do enough work, because fuck you, bro. Because if you're thinking like, oh, I want my business to be easy so I can stay consistent and don't fall off. No, you want to be grinding, okay? If you're trying to be like easy, not working that much, so to stay consistent, you aren't gonna make much progress. You're a young guy, you're hungry as fuck, you wanna make it in the world, okay, you ain't gonna get there by grinding. Even me, at my fucking high horse 8K a month, you know, look at me making a load of money, even I'm still fucking working all day doing a ton of work. And so if I'm doing it, you should be doing more than me because you're behind me in the race, okay. Limited access to you. The other thing is like, you might be thinking, oh, but that's a ton of work. It's not even a ton of work, it'll really surprise you. Like when you give clients unlimited access to you, often they actually spend less time with you compared to like if you give them like a sort of regimented scheme, you know, for how much, if it was like a 30-minute call every week, you will call for 30 minutes. Whereas if it's unlimited, you'll often call a lot at the start to get them set up, and then you'll only call when you need to. I save a ton of time doing this by giving them unlimited, and the clients also obviously feel a lot more free, you know, in how they can talk to me, you know. And they also waste less time as well because we only call when we need to. It's just the best. Again, I'm the fucking coach here, bro. Listen to me. Don't try and contradict me. Even if I'm wrong on some shit, you don't know what I'm wrong on, so you might as well listen to me in my entirety. Then any of the bonuses you can throw in. So for example, one of my clients, Evan, I uploaded a sales call with him recently, where I closed him. He's doing like MyFitnessPal Premium for like a year. For me, it's like, I started, for me, like when I was selling one-on-one coaching, because I sell like a program now instead, because I'm like scaling up. But when I sold one-on-one coaching, like the bonus was kind of like a pre-sell to the program. So it was like, oh yeah, and you'll be able to join my program included in the one-on-one coaching offer. So, I mean, you probably won't be able to do something like that because you're not scaling up yet. But anything else, it's like if you made any free courses in the past, which you probably have, or written any like ebooks or shit like that, which you might have done, throw that in. I tend to see a lot of guys, probably like you, write shit like that, so throw that in. And then also a work for free guarantee, where, by the way, this is, shit, I forgot to say, this will be like a 3-month coaching plan. It'll be like 3 months of coaching. And if they don't achieve their results, the like goal that you set in the roadmap, if they don't achieve that in around 3 months' time, you start working with them for free until they do. Again, you might be thinking, well, I don't want to be working for someone for free forever. This rarely ever comes in, because if someone locks in for 3 months, then they will get results. That's the thing. Even if your advice is shit, if they're looking for 3 months, they will get the results, as long as you don't set the goal as like $1 million a month, you know. They will get results if they lock in. And this is also conditional, where if they don't lock in, they don't get the guarantee, because you're going to be helping them for free if they aren't helping themselves. So that's basically how you build your offer. And then, after you build your offer, you want to book sales calls for people from the discovery calls. And so on these discovery calls at the end, you'll basically be like, yeah, bro, let's call again tomorrow or later today or in a week's time. You'll probably do it in a week's time because you need time to go through the discovery calls and do the offer. Then you go on all the sales calls, and then you pitch, et voila, and that's that. And then you've made money, you know? And again, how to pitch, how to do the sales calls, very complicated. This video will be hours long if I try to go into all that. I teach that all in the $1,000 protocol. I'm not recording that shit twice, bro. It's all in the protocol. So, obviously, like I said, I'm getting ahead of myself, bro. It's as if I fucking made this video myself, you know? Boof. Sales call scripts in my school, in the $1,000 protocol. Again, no surprise pitches there. So, then, after you do that, so imagine like the way you need to make money. You need to keep it like very, very bare bones. As in, like, I just want to check I'm still recording, because I ain't replaced this battery in like 2 months, bro. Because I haven't recorded videos in ages. So the only thing you need to make money is to book calls, like book sales calls. The only way you need to book sales calls is by booking discovery calls. The only thing you need to book discovery calls is through DMs. And so at the start, you don't need a Skool community. A Skool community is like one of those secondary things. Imagine you're like trying to grow your self-improvement channel, okay. On your self-improvement channel, videos are like the primary thing which will grow your channel. In this coaching, calls are the primary thing which will grow your business, okay? Which will make you money. Now, on YouTube, there's secondary things like a profile photo, a banner, you know, your description, you know, the tags. Your banner isn't going to make you money by itself, isn't going to get you more views by itself, but it will help you. Same with this, a Skool community is like secondary. It will only help you if you're already getting calls. But do you understand that theory? It's like calls are the primary, free community, other shit is secondary. You know, there's not really tertiary. I haven't really got to that point yet of understanding that. But there's primary things that will work, like the bare minimum. Then there's secondary, you know, things that will help if you already got the primary going on. It's like building a car, for example. If you're building a car from scratch, at the start, you're just gonna have wheels, a fucking steering wheel, and an engine, you know, and the car will work. That's all you need, you know. But I mean, I don't know shit about, you need a fucking spark plug and shit. Fuck off if you like cars. But what point am I getting across here? So imagine you built the car bare bones, it would work. If you tried to build the car and like deck it out with loads of cool shit, like a fucking like slushy machine in the back, like loads of other random fucking shit, you know. And it's like the car had loads of shit and you focused on the other random shit instead of just getting the car to work. The car not only would be weighed down by all the shit you've got in the back, like the ice slushy machine, it would also probably not work because you wouldn't have enough time to make the car work in the first place. So you're building a car, which is your business, you need to just make the car work and then add the ice slushy machine, okay? Because obviously we all want an ice slushy machine. So basically, from what we learn, that's after we do the launch, we just start a free school, okay. Now, we're not gonna overcomplicate it again. Again, we're gonna keep it really simple. We're not gonna get an ice slushy machine that's got a fucking AI robot in it, you know, like an AI girlfriend in the ice slushy machine. We're not at that level yet, bro. We can't get AI girlfriends in our ice slushy machines. Instead, we're just gonna have a basic manual ice slushy machine. So, we ain't gonna overcomplicate this, okay? We're just gonna have one. And it's gonna just be there, just for people to join. You're not going to build a course, you're not going to make some sort of fancy VSL, you just have a Skool community, some random graphics, some random fucking name, it can be related to your niche, ideally. No classroom, no calls, no fancy onboarding, no Calendly links, no bullshit like that. Just a Skool where basically anyone can join, and when they join in the membership questions, you know, on membership questions on Skool, they give you their phone number and they have to give you a problem for what they want to join. So when you join my Skool, it'll be like, hey bro, like what ideas do you have for coaching, or like what are you already doing with the coaching? And then it'll be like, what's your phone number in case Sam wants to personally help you? Okay, now I'm literally fucking telling you my whole method for when you're gonna go down here, but anyway. You know, I'm literally fucking like CTAing, pitching you to join my Skool while telling you how I do it. Then what you want to do is go network and Skool. So find one really good community that you can be really, really active in, where you love that community, you're part of the community, then go help people for free inside the community. Become number one on the leaderboard, ideally, in that community, and just be a fucking good member. This isn't stealing members, this isn't spamming fucking pitches in the DMs or shit and getting you banned. You're being a good member, okay? And then naturally, people will join your community because you help them for free, they join your community, see what's inside there. Paid communities are better in general, people are more qualified. And then, like I said, go help people for free and they will join your community. Just be a good human being. This isn't scamming, this isn't sleazing, this isn't fucking trying to steal members or some shit. Because at the end of the day, if you help someone for free in a free community or in a paid community, you know, and then they want more help from you, that's completely fine. And then they can buy that help from you. And that's basically the whole business model. So you can also do cold outreach, use the same outreach script as before, just use up your 10 DMs a week inside the Skool, easy 5 sales calls bot per week as a bonus. There's nothing complicated about that, just use the outreach script, which I showed you in like phase 2, I think it was. And then that is that. So, oh my God, I can't be asked to fucking carry on recording, but we got to. So, you got to see, bro, I fucking explain this shit 10 times a day on all my calls, but I'm getting very, very good at explaining it. So, next thing is for when people join your community, you firstly, as I showed you, the membership questions, you get their WhatsApp, get a problem. Then message them on WhatsApp. WhatsApp is primary, Skool is secondary, WhatsApp is better, it's more personal. So if they don't have WhatsApp, then do it on Skool. I think it's also because like, this is the first time I've recorded with this projector. I'm getting really hot, bro. I think because it's like the light is like warming me up and I'm like black, you know? Well, I'm wearing black, I'm not black. So, I didn't have WhatsApp, do it on Skool. WhatsApp is primary, Skool is secondary. WhatsApp is more personal, it is better. First thing, understand the goal or struggle they have. This gives you authority to then say, let's book a call. Probably just from seeing their, I mean, I've not edited this. This is basically what I do, but you can see their YouTube, their Skool, their Instagram, maybe some sort of problem they got that you can solve on there. If they say something in the membership questions, that's good. If you have no information on them, you don't see a problem that you can solve for them, then just ask them why they want to improve. You ask them questions, you know. Keep the conversation as short as possible because DMs are only a means to call, all right? So you basically want to DM them. First, understand the problem, probably from the membership questions. Then you just say the magic words. Let's call. These are the two magic words. You just say let's and cool, and bang, you get calls booked. It's so fucking stupid, it's funny. If they ask why you want to call, just say I've got some ideas to help you. And then you, like, are you free to call at this time? Do not send a Calendly. Do not send a Calendly, because if you send a Calendly, they'll feel like they're in a system. They feel like it isn't personalized for them. And a Calendly is like a scalable system where if you watch my video on the gears analogy, it's one of those things where it's more scalable and it's less work, but it makes it less personal and it makes it harder to book calls. So don't send a Calendly unless they ask for a Calendly. In that case, send them a Calendly. Say it in their time zone. On Skool, it'll give you their little time zone at the top. Just say it in their time zone, you know. If it's like, oh, they're in Tbilisi, Georgia, 4 hours ahead of GMT time. I know every fucking time zone and every country code in the world, bro, from doing this. You know, if it's 246, I believe, it's a Nigerian scammer. You know, if it's 33, it's France. Puis-je parler français avec them, I forgot how to speak French now. And then yeah, basically just say, if they say no to the call, if they say no to the time zone, just ask what times are you free, ask for a range of times, and then you pick a time within that, or else you'll just be going back and forth. Then you'll be like, sweet, set a reminder right now so you don't forget, then go through the, then basically follow them through the discovery and sales scripts again when you call them. And I think that is that. Voilà, c'est ça. I don't know why I do so much French, I just like French. But yeah, join the $1,000 protocol, obviously my free school, link in description. And yeah, there's no sneak attack sales pitches in my protocol or shit like that. Basically, the way I sell is literally showing you what I do here. So if I want to help you and if I see you're credible enough for me to help you, I'll say, let's call, bro. I'll help you with a bit for free. And then literally, like, if I want to work with you at that point, because I don't pitch to everyone, it's a waste of time because some people I can't help, some people won't have the money, you know. But if I can help you and if I think you do have the money, then I'll offer to work with you. And it's not going to be some fucking sneak attack pitch. I will literally say, hey, bro, I want to talk about us working together. And then we'll do that. So you can just be fully confident. Obviously, you've seen all my credibility. Also, I probably should have done this at the start, not at the end. But you'll see it's on my About page. This is pretty outdated. But yeah, you can see I've got a load of testimonials there, and then I've got like more in here to show you. You know, there's 𝐬𝐭𝐫𝐲 made his first 1K in 6 days. That's my fucking record best testimonial. But yeah, that's that. That is that. Basically, that's how you make money from coaching. Good talking, bro. I think I've done this all in one take. So I'm just gonna upload this directly. But yeah, bye bye.